Greatness. Great men and women are ordinary people who do extraordinary things. Great people are not born great, they grow great. So as you search for the right career path and gradually become great, let your dreams light up your path and your inner radiance shine for the world to see.
Hello and a warm welcome to the Center Circle Show with me, Adelani Ogriende, and of course we have an action-packed show for you. We'll be talking about the English Premier League, also some shockers that happened in La Liga, and we would also be looking in the world of boxing. Guess what? Some personalities are becoming boxers, and I'm sure you want to know who I'm talking about. Well, we'll be going on a short break. When we'll come back, we'll be back with Emmanuel Akura-Addah talking about football and much more in the world of sports. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Center Circle Show, and we have the incredible, the knowledgeable, and the ever so handsome Akura-Addah on the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for the compliment.
All right, well, that made him blush a little bit. But now we're going to be moving on to our agenda of the day. And the first thing we're going to be talking about is Liverpool. Is Liverpool in a crisis right now? Now, Liverpool haven't managed to win in 4 successive matches now. And everybody's saying it's the curse of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain joining the club. Now, how do you feel about what is currently happening at Liverpool right now?
Well, we know Liverpool to be chokers in Premier League. We know them not to be consistent in Premier League. But with the result right now, with the coach, and we saw Chamberlain coming in, he made the right. He said a lot of people say he made the right choice to go to Liverpool instead of Chelsea. But now we're seeing the different thing entirely. He's not performing, which as Chelsea fans we're excited about it because he's not proving us wrong by going to Liverpool. I think the transfer also, the transfer, Coutinho, for instance, wanted to go to Barcelona and Liverpool holding him back not to sell him to Barcelona also affected their team, their performance. He's not playing like the Coutinho that we know. He played the last match against Leicester City, which they lost 2-0, and we didn't see him perform up to expectation. But I mean, the Liverpool team right now, the transfer, the coach, we were expecting him at least sign quality players. He didn't do that. Instead, he sold Sakho. Sakho is supposed to be the defender. I don't know the problem they had, but for him to sell a quality defender like that and not have defenders, because he came out to complain after Leicester City match that the the goals they conceded were just too easy, and So I think they're in crisis right now, and the coach, I think it's too big for him to even handle it at the moment.
Wow, too big for Klopp to handle it well. We know Klopp to be a passionate manager, to be a manager that gets the best out of his players. And they'll be playing Leicester again in the English Premier League over the weekend. Yeah. Surely that would be a different match.
It's going to be a different match, but then with the Leicester City beating them 2-0 rather, they now have that confidence that we can still do it again. Remember when the season they won the league, they also beat Liverpool, and now beating them in the League Cup again, they're still playing them in the Premier League, and they are playing at home. They're going to be very confident with that result. It was a positive result for them. They also not been getting too many good results recently, and getting that 2-0 over Liverpool, I think they're still going to be able to give them a good fight. Even if Liverpool is going to win, it's going to be a very difficult match for them.
Wow. Emmanuel Akura-Addah thinks Liverpool is in a crisis right now. Well, it remains to be seen what is going to happen with Liverpool. The next couple of weeks is actually going to determine if Emmanuel Akura-Addah is right indeed. All right, now we'll be moving on to the English Premier League. And, well, some of his predictions last week were pretty accurate. But obviously, Chelsea and Arsenal, he got that prediction wrong. because it ended in a goalless draw.
Yeah, but then if you also listen to the statement I made before saying 2-1, I told you that if Arsene Wenger can go there and approach that game in a different way, he's going to get a positive result. If he's not going to do so, then Chelsea is going to just win easily. But then I was surprised and upset in the sense that this coach is finding it very difficult to beat Arsenal. Arsenal is a team that we know every coach that comes to Chelsea want to beat them. I want to beat them because they are our neighbors. We know them very well, and we're fighting which team is the best in London. But then for the formation, you look at it. I think the Chelsea coach, need to work on the squad because we played Arsenal in 3 matches and we got 3 red cards, which is a very bad record for Chelsea and Arsenal. We've not been seeing that in our previous meetings, but now we're seeing that in Chelsea. Cahill got it, Moses got it, and now David Luiz again. It's a very bad record to have against a team like us.
Perhaps it's just by chance that these red cards are coming. Moments of indiscipline in the match.
Yeah, I agree with you, but then you have to, as a coach, you need to instill that discipline in your team, in your players. You make them realize what is at stake and how important the match they are playing is to the entire team, to the fans. But then when you don't do that, then it's, things like this are bound to happen. And a player like David Luiz, who have that experience, who has been playing in these matches, I expected him to at least do better than what he did.
All right, well, the Manchester clubs are definitely shining in the English Premier League. Manchester City tried to spell their opponents with the scoreline, and it was 6. They scored 6. Yeah. And Jesus Sergio Aguero scored a hat-trick. I mean, Man City is on fire right now.
Their combination is just deadly right now. They are actually the best in Premier League and in Europe at the moment. They've played 5 matches, they've scored 16 goals, conceded only 2. And out of that 16 goals, the 2 strikers scored 9. Aguero scoring 5 and Jesus scoring 4. I mean, that is a very good record for these 2 strikers. And I remember we spoke about Jesus coming in, Aguero being surplus to requirement in Man City. And at some point, there was even speculations about Chelsea signing him. But then, now he came back and proved to everybody that he's still the king.
Incredible stuff. What did I tell you all? That I have the doctor of football-related affairs right here. And he put all the games on the operating table and just dissected it for us. Oh, we love Akura Ada. All right, we'll be going on a short break. When we come back, we'll be talking more about the English Premier League and then switching our attention to the Spanish La Liga. Because a certain Cristiano Ronaldo came back for Real Madrid, and guess what happened? Well, after the break, all will be revealed. Stay tuned.
Greatness. Great men and women are ordinary people who do extraordinary things. Great people are not born great, they grow great. So as you search for the right career path and gradually become great, let your dreams light up your path and your inner radiance shine for the world to see.
Welcome back to the Center Circle Show. And yes, before the break, we were talking about the English Premier League and we were discussing the Manchester clubs. Is the season the Manchester clubs will take the league? It's certainly looking like it because the London clubs don't seem to be stepping up the way they should. And it seems like Manchester United are also going to be battling Man City this season. I mean, we have Romelu Lukaku scoring goals for fun, and they managed to win 4-0.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult. I believe, and I told you before, that the league is between the 2 of them. I'm tipping Man City, but Manchester United are doing very well. After the League Cup, Mourinho said that the players now enjoy playing football, which is something that he's very happy about, and that is a good thing. You see, Lukaku is scoring a lot of goals, but I see Man City having an advantage over them in the sense that they have 2 powerful strikers who are in form, and Lukaku is just doing it alone. He's alone out there in Premier League. In other tournaments, other players are playing.
But then he has Rashford, he has...
yeah, but look at them. How many goals have they scored together?
He has Zlatan, even Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
That is what I'm saying. I have their partnership. Look at the partnership. How many goals have they scored together? But then we're just talking about Jesus and Aguero right now, scoring 9 goals out of the 16 goals scored by Man City. But out of the 16 goals scored by Manchester United, how many of them came from the strikers? It's something you also need to look at. They're a good team, no doubt about it. They have a winning coach. Man City equally have the same thing. And last season was a disappointing season to them. Now they feel it's the right time for them to make their statement and be able to win the league. So the two of them are, I'm tipping them for the league this season.
All right, now let's go through the fixtures this weekend. And you will be predicting the scores for us, Emmanuel Akurada. Better than the Octopus Paul when it comes to predicting score lines. West Ham United versus Tottenham Hotspur.
I go with Tottenham to win this one 2-0.
2-0. Burnley versus Huddersfield Town.
It's a very tough one. I think they will get a draw here. It's called draw.
Score draw. Everton versus Bournemouth.
Everton, they've been suffering lately. I think they will win this one 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
And Manchester City versus Crystal Palace.
Obviously.
Now, life is not easy for Crystal Palace, is it?
It's not at all.
Oh, my
After
goodness.
this, they're going to Manchester United. Can you imagine that? They're hosting Manchester United. It's
And
gonna be
after
difficult.
Manchester United, they're hosting the champions Chelsea.
Can you imagine that?
My goodness. So they
It's-
could go eight
But remember,
matches
remember
without a win.
Last season when the new coach came into Crystal Palace, we spoke so much about their fixtures and how difficult these fixtures were. But then we discovered they went to Chelsea. They were able to beat Chelsea 2-1 at home. And they got the result over Man City. They got the result over this bigger team. So it's about the coach. Is he going to instill that winning mentality? Sometimes it's not about the players. It's not about the quality of the players, but it's about the mentality of the players. You know, and when a player decides that, look, enough is enough, we need to step up our game, then the fighting spirit, when they them just fight, they will get a result at the end of the day.
Okay.
Though I don't see them getting results, but I mean, it could happen.
In their first 5 games, they haven't scored and they've lost all 5.
All 5.
So
They won the
could it
the
be
cup.
could it be 8 games?
Well, it's possible. On paper, it's very easy, but sometimes you don't know. This is soccer. Anything can happen. They can just go there, maybe beat Man City, beat Man U, get a draw against Chelsea. You never know. Or they can even beat Chelsea and win all the 3 matches.
Oh,
you
my
never
goodness.
know. So we just have to wait.
But somehow I don't see any of that happening.
Deep down, I don't believe it's going to happen. But, you know, this is football. I mean, anything can happen.
Wow. Well, good luck to Crystal Palace. Now, Stoke City versus Chelsea. This is difficult because
Very,
Stoke
very, very
is such
Very difficult.
difficulty.
It's a very
They've
difficult
gotten
game.
results against Arsenal, against Man United.
Adelan, if Chelsea can get a draw in this match, I will be very happy for them. If they can get a draw, I'll be very happy. If not, I don't see them. They don't stand a chance of getting something out of it.
Stoke City,
Stoke City.
just the way they are set up
They are a
this
very
season.
difficult team to beat, a difficult
break
place
down.
to go to. If they are going away and they don't have that good record away, but then playing at home, they're a very difficult side to beat.
Okay, earlier he tipped Leicester City to do it again against Liverpool. But I'm still tipping Mohamed Salah to be on the score sheet. And a question I want to ask you was, do you think they are suffering because of the absence of Mane?
Not that, Adelani. The Liverpool is suffering. I think it's because of there's no team cohesion. There is no understanding. They have individual players. They have players who are very good, very, very good. But then they're not playing together as a team. That is one thing that is affecting them. You look at Sturridge, sometimes in a game he's lost. He don't know where to position himself. He don't know where. Their understanding is not, unlike Jesus, where you see when you see Aguero, he knows where Aguero is going to be. If Rashford has the ball, you know where Lukaku is going to be. The understanding among these players is there. But then in Liverpool, you see them, they're just lost. Salah, he's a fantastic player. We spoke highly about him before they signed him. If he comes to Liverpool, he's going to change everything at Liverpool. They're going to be title contenders. But now we see Salah is just, he's running one-man show. He's the one who takes the ball, you want to run, you want to score the goals. And you don't win playing alone. You have to play together as a team and have that understanding.
Okay, and Arsenal versus West Brom.
There are 3 points for Arsenal.
Okay, 3 points for Arsenal. Now let's switch our attention to the Spanish La Liga. And Real Madrid are another team that seems to be having a little bit of a rough patch at the moment because Real Betis shocked them in the league, winning 1-0. Well, this is coming at the back of good news for Real Madrid because Zidane and Benzema penned new deals. And also, Zidane was quoted during the week he was talking about Gareth Bale's inconsistency. And, well, what do you think is going on with Real Madrid at the moment?
Real Madrid at the moment, I think they're just a team that...
Okay, sorry, can you hold that thought? Because we have to go on a short break. But when we come back, we'll be discussing about Real Madrid and also Bayern Munich. They're missing their star goalkeeper, Manuel Neuer, till the beginning of next year. Well, stay tuned.
Greatness. Great men and women are ordinary people who do extraordinary things. Great people are not born great, they grow great. So as you search for the right career path and gradually become great, let your dreams light up your path and your inner radiance shine for the world to see.
Welcome back to the Center Circle Show. Before the break, we were talking about Real Madrid's mini crisis. I call it a mini crisis because we all know that the European champions, they're going to come back in full force.
They will come back, Adelani, but if you look at the Madrid side right now, we're all surprised why they did not make any statement in the transfer market. And they just concluded the transfer market. The Madrid is a Madrid we know that every year they have to reinforce, they have to sign quality players, they have to bring players who are going to complement the players that are there already. But now we didn't see that happening. And you see the depth in that squad, there's no depth in that squad right now. When Ronaldo was out, you look at how they look at the bench, and sometimes they bring a player in that you will shake your head like, where is this one coming from? A player from academy. There's no quality player. No player right now who can replace Modric when he's tired. No player who can replace a Toni Kroos who, if he's tired. No player who can replace
Casemiro.
you know, I understand what I'm saying. Even Benzema.
But they have Asensio on the bench.
I mean, but then you look at them. They are playing it very well, but then look at the experience. Look at them. You look at Bale right now. You just saw the coach spoke about him. He has not been consistent. He's a player. We don't know what's happening to him. He has been in Madrid since everybody expected Bale to at least step up his game. But then it's the same Bale we're seeing in Madrid right now, that he play matches, score one goal today, tomorrow he go 5 matches without scoring.
So now, do you think Kylian Mbappe could have gotten in the Real Madrid team?
He would have been the perfect solution for me. Real Madrid at the moment.
We actually need to talk about this a little bit. PSG are having some problems at the moment with Cavani. We saw the penalty arguments between Cavani and Neymar at the moment, and Neymar was suffering from a little bit of workplace politics when his Oga told him to step aside. He would take the penalty. Now, Cavani and Neymar, do you see them continuing with that feud over the course of the season?
Well, the coach said he wanted him to sort out whatever issue it is that they have together, but I don't see that happening because Neymar, it's a guy who, before he even left Barcelona, he fought with his teammate, Semedo, who came from Portugal. They fought. And he's this player with so much ego. He's a player who feels because he has been, PSG bought him for 190 million. So he's going to detect how the team plays, what they do on the field. And it's very disrespectful.
I really thought that clip was funny when Dani Alves grabbed the ball and actually pushed Cavani aside and gave Neymar. And then Cavani took the ball and then he missed the penalty.
And after that, there was a free kick again, which Cavani wanted to play. Dani Alves took the ball. He gave it to Neymar instead. I mean, it's what we're talking about. I told you before that when you have too much stars in your team, things like these are going to happen. When one player feels it's very important. And with what Cavani has done to this team, so I believe, to me, he deserves respect from these players. Because he has done a lot to this player, and he's a quality player.
Cavani almost told Neymar, I don't care how expensive you are.
He has been here, has done a lot of things, and I think they should just sort out whatever it is that they're having with each other. If not, you're going to see so much division, because Cavani also have players who are his friends in the team, and Neymar also have his own brothers who are also supporting him.
So it
they're
could
gonna
be
division,
divided.
and you won't have a united team, and at the end of the day, you guys will be getting bad results.
And Manuel Neuer having surgery on a broken foot. He will be out till January. Is this going to affect Bayern Munich?
It will affect them. He's a fantastic goalkeeper, a legend in Bayern. You know, when he's on the pitch, everyone knows he's there. And since he has been out, we've seen some bad results here and there. The team is not being that consistent. And well, I would say not just him alone, but even the entire Bayern Munich team right now is not a Bayern that we expect we knew in those days. Lewandowski coming out to complain about the lack of activities in the transfer market, and the president also accusing him of not having respect for the team and his entire teammates. I mean, they're just in crisis right now, and the coach is finding it difficult to handle because the coach is a very quiet person.
Oh yeah, and James Rodriguez was shining for Bayern. Against Schalke, and he scored one. I made two.
Yeah.
So James, do you think he's found his home?
Well, we now have to look at the consistency level of his performance. If he's going to be able to continue like this, then we'll all say that he's found where he's going to express himself. If not, at the end of the day, you play in one match and then the next two matches you don't play very well. It's not good for your own performance, and even for Bayern to sign him permanently. So, and against Schalke 04, he played very well. I was impressed with his performance. That was actually his first start of the season. So we're hoping to see more good performance like this.
All right, now let's switch our attention to the world of boxing, and we have David Haye versus Tony Bellew rematch. And wow, exciting stuff. In the first match, it lasted 11 rounds. We saw David Haye actually have a problem with his Achilles and he needed surgery. Do you think David Haye would beat Tony Bellew this time around?
I think he will. I think he will, because he's a very good fighter, a very strong guy, and who is fighting somebody who's the opponent who's also very strong. I see him winning at the end.
Oh my goodness, you need to watch the clips of the first match, and there were some punches landed on David Haye that it must have dented his ego. It must have scarred his close relatives and friends seeing their beloved punched that hard. Now, this news I'm about to tell you shocked me during the week. Rio Ferdinand has decided to become a boxer, and when this news broke, so many people labeled him suicidal. But now he's come out to say that it's not an attempt to end his life becoming a professional boxer. He actually wants to open a new chapter in his career.
He also said he wants to just channel his anger towards that, because that somebody who lost his wife, he's been through a lot of things, and he's going to find a new love right now, which is something I feel that it's not, I don't think it's a bad thing. It's whatever it is that he decided to do with his life. I mean, we should all support him.
So do you think he's going to win one boxing fight? I'm giving him one.
Dylan, I'm not going to say he's not going to win or he's not going to win, because at the end of the day, man, it takes how well you prepare for you to win whatever it is that you want to do, being it a football match, being it boxing, being it wrestling, whatever it is.
It seems like a money-making venture, and see what Conor McGregor has done, because now to endure like the punishment he did from Floyd Money Mayweather, he got some good money for losing. So I'm sure Rio Ferdinand watching that was like, you know what? I'm going to become a boxer. Actually, Emmanuel Okura Ada and I were considering switching our professions to join boxing with all the money they're making just for someone to beat you up. Hopefully, all that money isn't spent on the treatment table with Rio Ferdinand.
So true.
Yes. Well, we've come to yet another end to the Center Circle show. But we hope you enjoyed watching the show as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Emmanuel Kurada, any last thoughts for the fans out there?
Well, it's just for us to enjoy this weekend, the soccer. I mean, there's Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, they have the League One, everything is coming up. We just have to enjoy the weekend and support your best team to win, man.
All right, sorry, we have to go training for our boxing careers because we're about to change professions. But we might change our minds and come back to you next week. You just have to keep watching the channel to see whether we'll come back. Stay tuned. Goodbye.